Yo, 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 yo. Hey, ya tú sabes, carnal. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Um, Today we're actually going to talk about a little bit something different as far as just travel. Yeah, so I'm just kind of gonna break it down a little bit more as like solo traveling. Sorry if I'm kind of I gotta get my vitamin D, so I'm out here in the sun. Beautiful sun out here in Hawaii, and then also I just came back from the gym, so yeah, I'm a little sweaty, but you know, it is what it is. Only time I'm able to make this, so let's break it down. Cool. So the first four things I'm gonna break it down is the first one is a comfort zone. Okay. Second thing is loneliness. Third, trying out new things. And four, meeting new people. Right? Let's go. So yeah, so the first thing you want to know is realizing whenever you do travel, you're gonna get out of your comfort zone. For me, personally, I was kind of, kind of cocooned a little bit, and just was kind of a little bit scared of the world because that's how my parents were. That's how my mom was. That's how like my family was. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't go there. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. Like that's insane, to them. And little did I know that would affect me later on growing up and throughout my earlier years in high school, and even out of high school as well. Until finally, I just had like a feeling of calling within, when you have that type of calling of like, just go out, travel, get out of the world, things like that. And sometimes it's very difficult because we don't have like that person to come with us. We don't have that brother, that sister, the whatever, the knowledge, the information, or even know the language. So for me, you're definitely gonna have to get out of your comfort zone, whether that's traveling thousands of miles away by yourself or having to stay with other people within the apartment or wherever you're staying, the hostel, right? Now, another thing that we also need to realize is like, for one, your comfort zone. Okay, a lot of people are very comfortable being where they're at, being by themselves, staying within the house, don't want to go out, or staying within, certain things or certain places, and that's totally fine, right? Like we're all different, we're all not the same. But in reality, staying in your comfort zone that's what's gonna kind of kill you in a way, because you're missing out on so many opportunities that you may not even know you had or have unless you get out of there, right? And whether that comes, and which is a big thing because it's the unknown, right? The unknown fear. Like, we can do it, put all our effort, our energy, and things like that, but if we fail, what happens? Or, we do to put everything into one thing, and if it doesn't work out, then we're failures, we're embarrassed, we're losers, right? And the thing about that is like you're never gonna be a loser. There's no way of living the life a perfect way. Yeah, there's a certain things like good morals, right? But overall, you're not gonna have the whole like blueprint of how to live your life. This is our first time being children, being kids, being adults, being teenagers, being parents, being madrina, padrino, tia, tios. This is our first time being like that person in this life. So don't ever think that you're a failure because you're not. Just get up, move with emotion, and if you have a fear, like, okay, what's gonna go wrong? What's gonna go wrong? What's gonna go wrong? That's the negative mindset. You gotta switch it. You gotta switch it because if not, that's gonna rule you. There's a quote by one by there's a one quote by there's this quote that I very take to heartly, and it's this, right? So at the end of the day, it's all in our mind. Of course, bad things happen in the world, but also good things do happen in the world, So like, just switch the mindset, because if you think negative, you're never gonna do anything. Oh, I'm not gonna do it because of this, or this. And why not try and do it and go for it? What do you gotta lose? Like, if you lose, okay, you lose your money, cool. Get back up. If whatever happens, okay, try it again. If it's really something you're really passionate about, keep pushing. And if not, then okay, then and you try something else. Now, next thing is also number 2, which is loneliness. So This happens to be a little bit bigger of a concept and topic for most people, just because it's fun doing this, that, doing activities, traveling by yourself. But at the same time, there are little hints here and there where you get a little, lonely, and that's totally fine. We're social creatures. We are, you know, we gotta communicate, interact with others, and things of that sort. Even introverts, you know, they're very comfortable being by themselves. I'm very comfortable being by myself, but at the same time, I would like to go out, socialize, get out of the comfort zone, like talk to new people, meet new people. Like, who knows? You might find your future wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case is. So we're social creatures, right? But for one thing, if you do feel lonely, maybe try and pick up a new hobby. Oh my, whew, man, I'm not even lying. It's hot. It's weird because like in other places it's hot, but here in the island, oh my gosh, the sun is beaming. Whew. But yeah, and even if you do, just pick up a hobby. Pick up some kind of hobby where. Some kind of hobby that kind of gets your mind off of being alone, like reading, watching a show, maybe learning a new language. That's me. What? Things of that sort, right? But even if you do feel lonely or things like that, and just go ahead and call a family member. Go ahead and call one of your friends, family, like and just kind of not just reinforce yourself, but like sell yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay being alone. That just comes with mentally and stuff like that. So I'm traveling for quite a while, happens time to time, but at the end of the day, like it's all up to you. Now thank God, the sun. There's like a cloud for a little bit. Oh wait, never mind, it's coming out. Okay, so the next thing is trying new things. Now, when you want to try new things, like be open-minded, please. Like, you travel to experience new things, foods, people, culture. Like, if you're just stuck in a single mindset, narrow vision, what are you doing? Like, stay home. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, if you're cautious of trying little things and things like that, like, okay, that's fine. But it's like, get into that, dive in, just indulge. Food, culture, like, dude, for one, I've traveled for a couple of places, Philippines, Mexico, Europe, France, Italy, Spain, UK, London, all across a couple of states around here in the US, and Hawaii, right? So it's like, when I travel, I indulge into what the people do there, how they live, what day to day, what they do, right? And even the languages, right? So it's the thing, and at least give it a try, because in some cultures, in some countries, that's a form of respect, and very, very, appreciative when people do things of that sort, because it shows that you're willing to try and give effort to that type of style. And now number 4 is meeting new people. We'll fix that. Now this one is definitely quite a bit of a toughie. I mean, depending on what, like, the reason why you're traveling. Like, for one, if you go for work, if you go for school, if you go for things, obviously you're going to be interacting with certain type of people that is a little bit more easier to interact with. But let's say you just don't really find people that are in the same mindset, same vision, same habits, things like that. They're just completely different from the people you're around with, and you want to get out and meet new people. Go out and do it. Like, one thing that helped me for being antisocial, anxiety of talking to strangers and things like that, is I got into sales, and boy, was that insane. One of the things that I needed the most, that I never knew I needed, helped me with my social skills, communication, body language, psychology, like everything. Everything is, like, within sales. If you're scared to talk to people or meet new people, I highly recommend to get into sales. Plus, once you get the hang out of it and you're pretty good, shoot, you make a lot of money. But yeah, and then also kind of, look up a little bit of kind of how to interact with people. Like, obviously, you go, it's not just go up there and be like, hey, what's up, how's it going? No. So, like, you want to do a little bit more, right? You want to beat the small talk. So you kind of want to look into a little bit more instead of just like, hi, bye, how you doing, how's work, da 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 da. You want to be interesting. You want to stand out, right? The more interesting you are, the more people are going to be interested in you, right? So yeah, I'll just kind of show a little bit of interactions that I had an encounter with a couple strangers along the way, and kind of break it down a little bit step by step of how to interact with strangers. Obviously, you know, you're gonna get those rejections as well, like, oh, I'm fine, I'll go away, whatever, and that's fine. Whether that's talking to someone new, making a new friend, or just I don't know, girls in general, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a little bit challenged. But two, another thing about, you know, meeting new people is perhaps maybe learn a little bit of the language. Learning the language of any culture that you're really interested in, or any place that you're visiting, can take you a long way. Not just only of understanding how the culture is, how people work, how the society is there, and why people say things or do things a certain way, but it's also going to help you communicate a little bit more better and show a lot more respect and appreciation from the other people that are living there, due to the fact that you put in the effort, you put in that energy, you put in all that, you know, type of, you know, force, and to be able to grasp maybe even a few sentences, or just conversational, or even be you know, even be able fluent in that language, that brings a whole lot of respect for that. But yeah, I know it was a pretty quick video. You know, like I said, just like, subscribe, hit that smash button. Appreciate all the love, people supporting me, and yeah, we'll go on the journey, and then we'll start to get a little bit more of exciting videos coming along the way. Still in the works, but yeah, we'll see you then. Till next time. Bye. Ooh, yo.